Hey, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate you. Just trying to serve some people that had some questions, and I appreciate your patience. All right, let's get into it. And let me, congratulations to a whole bunch of more people that have decided to step forward and become visible. I appreciate your trust. I will not let you down. I'm gonna be pushing you. I'm a thumbprint on your marketing. I'm excited. I was built for this. I did not know I was gonna cry so much. Here's a true quick story. My daughter has been in, I sent her the link or whatnot. She's 25. Such a blessing in my life, and she's an editor. She's a damn good editor. She'll tell you. She started editing when she was 7. She taught herself how to use a computer on an iMac. And oh, you will, Dr. Till. Allison went through a really rough teenage years, like really rough. I said she got her money's worth. Both those girls got their money worth. And she came on, and she called me this morning, and she was like, "You're so awesome." And as soon as she said that, I started crying. I was like, what the fuck? I must have this emotion kind of built up. I don't cry at all. It's hard for me to cry. Anyways, let's talk about shooting for the edit, because this is where it gets easy and cool. All right, easy and cool. And my mic's on? I'm good? I must be, because people are looking at me. Okay, thanks, buddy. And welcome, buddy. All right. Shooting for the edit. There I am upside down. Oh, Nancy, you missed it all. I'm actually not even, I know, this shirt, I had to iron it myself. Dadgummit. All right, so I'm upside down. I'm about to be flipped around normal. So yesterday during the laser directing sessions, I was having you guys do one paragraph at a time, right? And so I made Dr. Karen edit this video. I just come back from Austin, and she was in the class, and she's been such a good student. So I was like, hey, I need this edited. How about you do it? How about you do my work? And there's a really good reason. I'm gonna give you guys an assignment here in a bit, and you're gonna edit some of my videos. And the reason behind it, why it's easy if you edit my video as opposed to your video, is you don't have to look at yourself. You just get a look at me. Because I know part of the hang up, there's 2 parts when it comes to shooting videos. There's the technical part. And everybody kind of thinks that's their big hang up, right? In the beginning, it's the technical. I'm not a tech person, right? And then there's the emotional part, the part that triggers us, the part that doesn't, we don't like to see ourselves on the screen. We don't like the way we sound. Newsflash, none of us like the way we look. None of us like the way we sound, for the most part. And if you like yourself too much when you're watching your videos, you're a narcissist, so stop it. Might as well be a damn politician at that point. So when you edit my video, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't have that emotional attachment. I'm just learning the tool. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? All right. This was shot in Austin, Texas. Not that that matters. On a phone, on my iPhone, my lovely wife, Mrs. Erin Marshall Squared, as she referred to herself last night. And why I'm going to play this for you is it's because I'm shooting for the edit. I am intending for this video to be edited. So we're gonna watch the raw tape. This is the raw footage, okay? I'm intending for the edits, so you'll notice the way I pause and I'll pick it up. It's very intentional. When you learn this trick, game changer, right?
All right, action.
Hey there, it's Jimbo Marshall, and this video is designed to tell you the types of video that you should be filming, because a lot of the questions I get are, what is the content I should be making as a coach, consultant, author, speaker? Paragraph. So the first type of video I want you to think about is what I call the tip video. This is really simple. It's, hey, here's a tip to do X. Hey, it's Jimbo Marshall, and the tip I always give for filming your videos is use either your phone or your computer, right? So the tip video is just designed to give your ideal client some sort of a tip to move them forward. Deep breath. Now, the second category of videos that I want you to consider are the FAQs, your frequently asked questions. What are your clients always asking you right in the beginning? These types of videos will naturally lead to the pathway for that ideal client to connect to you. Next paragraph. I'm gonna mess one of these up. And the third category of video I want you to consider is what I call the number of things to do or think about when considering X. So for example, I might give a video that might go something like, hey, there are three things you should, there are three things you should consider before you start filming your marketing videos. So think about those steps that you might give an ideal client. These can become the number of things to do before, while, during, after X. So I hope this video has helped you. I gave a little bit of a pause around what kind of categories or tips or content. Here's the bonus pro tip. If you go into an AI chatbot, the ChatGPT, etc., you could literally say, I'm a coach who does this, write me a script, a tip type video, an FAQ video around this topic, and it's going to do a great job. Listen, if you want to learn from me, look in the description of this. I'm sure I have something there that's going to give more valuable information. Thanks for watching. Okay. Right? So I'm intentionally, each one of those paragraphs, I have it in my head. Dr. Jill, it's that hoodie. I have it in my head what I want to do, but I've done this so much that I'm comfortable just kind of going. And that one little part that I messed up in the middle of the paragraph, I know, because I know editing works in a rhythm, I know where to pick up so that so that edit is going to work, okay? I've got another example I want to show you, right? Because I think if I can get these examples in your head, around your head, you're gonna start to realize like, oh, okay, this is truly one paragraph at a time and it's going to be fine. Now, this is the video that I've been using in the webinar that I've edited, oh my gosh, 20 times at least. I just keep re-editing the video that we're going to edit together in a bit. And I'm gonna show you all the bonus tips. But I want you to watch the raw video first. The raw video first, okay? Okay, so this is paragraph 1. I'm looking at the script, getting my head around it, and I'm just gonna wing it, but within those parameters. Ever go to hit record when you're making that video and you just freeze up? I get it. I'm Jimbo Marshall, and I've worked with over 3,000 online entrepreneurs, and I want to give you one tip that will make video a lot easier for you. Okay, good enough. I didn't say anything about transforms camera confidence instantly. Nope, that's fine. So here's my tip. Instead, so here's my tip. I want you to think of one person. Think of talking to just one person, not a crowd, but imagine it's the ideal client that you know you can help. Give them a face and give them a name. Now I'm looking at the script. This is paragraph 3. Because here's the thing, when you make that mental switch and treat video like messed up, that's okay. Because here's the thing, when you make that one mental switch and you treat video like it's a conversation that you're having with that perfect client that you know you can help, it will change everything. Listen, I hope this tip helps you. And for more game-changing tips like this, give me a like and give me a subscribe. And listen, for more game-changing tips like this, hit like and subscribe. Okay. Thank you, Kat. So when I mess up, it's no longer hope bow, it's choke bow. Choke bow! And I've got another bow that shows up in this video that I call angel bow. Angel bow. You're going to get to meet angel bow here in a minute. So now what I'm going to do, you have on your dashboard a button that says Veed.io. You can sign up for that application. There's a free version, and of course there's a paid version. Of course you get more bells and whistles when you pay. I always tell people you're starting out, go with the free version so that you'll know you'll use it, okay? So that you know you'll use it. If you are non-techie and you've never experienced the Veed stuff before, just watch for a moment, because I'm going to show a new version of Veed, how to edit, that is kind of mind-blowing, all right? So Carson, if you want to share my screen, I'm going to walk through some of these things. Oh, dang, I can't write on my screen anymore. Okay, shoot. Did not anticipate that. Okay, no worries. So let me point out a few things that's going on. All right? Oh, Blue Melnick has an answer for me.
Well, I just want to,
yeah.
Can I just change your mouse setting? Just so it's easier to see the mouse?
Yes, that exists.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Ta-da!
Pointer size, we're going to increase the pointer size, and I'm going to make it red.
Yes! I'm like little Kelly. Is Kelly here today? Kelly wave. Yeah. Kelly, this is me experiencing AI for the first time. I did not know this exists. But of course it does.
Does that help?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I feel like I need to go apologize to the people that have been in my workshops. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you see the red here, right? So a couple things that I want to point out to you. This is my video track down here where my little hand is, right? Yeah, blue saves the day. I swear, this guy's so awesome. So that's the video track, and it also contains the audio. The blue squiggly lines represent what's called an audio waveform. An audio waveform, okay? That just means it's a visual representation of sound. So if you were to like look at a music track, it's going to have just continuous audio waveforms. What's cool is that when you see this where there's no audio waveforms, here, like here, and here, that represents no sound, which is going to be super awesome when you start getting good at this thing, because you're going to know immediately from the visual representation of where you start talking, right? Now, right here is the split tool. This is where you make an edit. This is a cut. This is your scissors. This is your play, right? And the other thing I would love for you guys to pick up on is when I put my mouse over this, we see a pop-up that says parentheses S. That's the shortcut. And if you can train yourself in the beginning to work off the shortcuts, just S instead of clicking it, or space bar instead of dragging your mouse over to the play button, you're going to become a lot faster at this. Now, probably all of you know the famous shortcut of Command or Control Z, right? Shake your head yes, because I can't see you. I mean, I can see all you. You know Control C, you know Control V, or if you're on a Mac, bless your heart, Dr. Karen's going to be a Mac user starting next month. You know that Command or Control Z, Control C, Control V. And you've learned that to use that shortcut is super fast rather than the right click or whatever it is, right? That's kind of trained in most of you guys' memory. So I'm telling you this because like when I hire an editor, and if I'm in a physical location, when I was in a physical location, and if I stand over their back and they're not using shortcuts, they are not going to last long because I'm paying them for efficiency, right? Not to drag their mouse all over the screen. And you might be thinking, well, what's the, you're just dragging, what's the big deal? Over time, it adds up. It really adds up. And I know I'm being a little harsh on that, but it really does add up. So we love our undo. It's up there. And yes, Control Z, will do the same function. And then a redo, and it's circled out right now because there's nothing to redo. This button over here, this blue done, when we're done with our editing, we're just going to click on that. This right here, raise your hand if I've got Canva users in the house, Canva users. Okay, great. If you are using Canva, this is kind of like Canva, but for video editing. Now, Canva has a video editor, but every time I've used it, I'm like, this blows. I'm going to go back to Veed. All right? So this tool right here is zoom in, zoom out. So if you've ever been in Canva and you're like zooming in to kind of get some detailed work done in Canva to maybe, you want to move it just a little bit and all this kind of stuff. It's that same thing. So I want you to think about it, and we'll go back to the screen just in a minute, Carson, but I see me now. This would be great. We're looking at the entire raw film strip, right? I see it all. If I start to zoom in, nothing changes about the film strip, but my perception changes. Because now I can no longer see the beginning and the end. After my experience of working with 30 plus people in this program and training them on this program, that's kind of one of the most challenging concepts to get your head around. And it's kind of like Dr. Jill was telling us yesterday. She was like, oh, I made this mistake, and then I found out in editing. It's kind of like you'll learn it when you've kind of not been doing it. And all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, I got to zoom in to make the precise edits. I got to zoom in. All right, so we'll go back to the screen. And I'm going to demonstrate this. And you look at our shortcut, a plus and a minus. A plus and a minus. So on my keyboard, I'm literally just hitting the plus key, and watch what happens to this little ball, that little indicator, as I hit plus. It's going to move to the right. Nothing is changing except our perception of what we're seeing. Because now I can no longer see the beginning, and I can no longer see the end. I've got this bar here that I can move back and forth, right? But the only thing that's changed is that perception. Now, this window is what's called, I'm pretty sure it's called this. I call it a dynamic window. And what that means for me is that window changes based on what is selected. So right now, my film strip is selected. How do I know? It's got that orange box around it. Because watch what happens. If I click here, the orange box went away. If I click here, the orange box is there, right? It went away. All of these are my tools over here on the left side. Watch what happens to my dynamic window when I click on audio. It changes. Subtitles, it changes. Text, it changes. Elements, it changes. So one of the more confusing things about learning a new software, specifically if you're not using software on a daily basis, is a dynamic window, because you're going to be like, how, where'd that window go? Well, it changes based on what is highlighted. Changes based on what highlighted. Now, I'm going to start by hopefully blowing your mind. I'm going to go edit with script. Do you see the way this changed? Auto transcribe. It's now generating my transcript, okay? So Julie, you're a little bit of advanced, so slow down. We're getting into that later, but it's easy to do in this, and I'm gonna hire out Melanie Alpert for B-roll training later on. Oh, or Dr. Karen, she knows it as well. All right, watch how cool this is. This is my script, right? We watched me say, okay, paragraph 1. That's me looking at the script, right? Here's where I start talking. I'm gonna click, hold, and drag. Click, hold, and drag. Come on. Don't make a fool out of me, Veed. Oh, you're making a fool out of me. Let me do it in 2 clicks. Delete. Delete. My first edit is done. Right? I ended that paragraph by saying okay. And the good enough, we know that's not part of the script. Right? This is me just talking to the camera. I'm clicking there and deleting. So here's my tip. This is where Chokebow had a couple of times, right? So here's my tip. So here's my tip. I'm deleting that one. I've got my first edit made. I'm going to play it back. Oh, do you hear that? Okay.
Try it again.
Okay. So there it is. Okay.
One tip that will make video a lot easier for you. So here's my tip.
Ta-da! First edit made just by editing the words. Donna, did you know about this? Donna did. Donna's a damn PhD or some kind of doctor, so of course she did. Where's my Dr. Jill? Dr. Jill, did you know about this? Dr. Karen didn't know about this because I could tell. So now I'm going to continue, right? It's got this little, every time I see a little paw, every time I see numbers on the screen, that indicates some sort of a pause. I don't want to cut all of those out, guys, because it'll get too choppy, okay? I think this is a new feature, Dr. Jill. I didn't notice it for a minute. Okay, so not a crowd, blah, 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 but imagine it's an ideal client. Give them a name. Here's my edit, because I'm literally saying close enough. This is paragraph 3, because here's the thing. I'm going to edit that part out. I think this is another, and I'm just highlighting and deleting. That's literally all I'm doing. See the way it's putting the crossing it out? Because here's the thing. I had to do that twice, right? Because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. So I'm going to cut out this one. Delete. I now have my second edit. We always play our edits from one edit to another because we want to know that it's smooth, right? So I'm going to play back my edit.
The ideal client that you know you can help, give them a face and give them a name. Because here's the thing.
Ta-da! The other thing I wanted to point out, I know Celeste is like, mind blown, easier than go high level. Here's the other thing that I didn't point out. This little blue, it's called a scrub bar, a playhead, it might be called. If I'm anywhere, these are just the numbers, right? 40 seconds, 30 seconds, 25 seconds. If I'm anywhere within this area and I click, that bar will jump around, right? If I hit play with my space bar, because I like the shortcuts, that bar will travel. Watch.
And mental switch.
See, I'm just letting you kind of get used to some of those tools. Now I'm literally going to go back to my script, because here's the thing, guys. I know, Cat King, I barely learned this 2 weeks ago. I ran a summit a couple weeks ago, and that's when I learned, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is, yeah, I didn't teach this because I didn't know about it. That day, Cat, literally, I was like, or maybe I did know about it, that was the first day. Yeah, Descript has this feature, and I did not, if you're using Descript, great, keep using it. The best editing software is the one you'll use. The best CRM tool is the one you'll use and that you can kind of use. What I was going to say, though, was when you're doing it this way, what's cool about it is you can look at your script and edit from you don't have to watch your entire video because you made the video, right? So because here's, you know, we don't get paid as an editor. We're editing so that we can get our content out in the world. So if we can do something in 30 minutes instead of an hour, we want to do that, right? So you noticed at the end, I have listen and listen. I did my CTA twice, right? I did that twice because I wasn't sure I liked the first way I did it. It turns out it was okay, but I literally could go listen. I hope this tip gives you, give me a like and subscribe, all the way to the 1.1 seconds, delete, and now all of the sudden, I'm gonna play back my edit again.
That you're having with that perfect client that you know you can help, it will change everything. And listen, for more game-changing
And that
tips
edit
like
works,
this, hit like.
right? The beautiful thing here, guys, is that people are used to watching edited material. They don't even notice it, right? If you watch videos, when you notice the editing, it's generally wrong editing because for the most part, when we know the rules, we do what with the rules, Christina? We break them, right? We break them, Allison. That's right, snap. Or as Christina here, no bear, no bear. I'm in trouble. I break the rules as a video guy because I'm a video guy. And I don't necessarily mind if I'm having you notice the edit, it's because I'm intending for that to happen. No, Jill, you're going to get into these advanced damn questions. I don't know, Priscilla. I have that button on your dashboard. You could be able to see it. But watch this. Let me finish here because I want to try to get you to work. We're going to see how this goes. See this 4.1 seconds at the end? That represents this time back here. So I'm literally just going to hit delete and it takes it away. Now what's kind of cool about this way of editing is it automatically has those subcaptions, those subtitles on there. And I know for some of you, you're like, Jimbo, that font, when it goes to red, it triggers me, and I hate red. My brand colors are purple. Okay, we can fix that. Remember my dynamic window? Check this out. I'm gonna click on this purple part. That represents the subtitles. That's the words. Watch what happens to my dynamic window when I click on that. It changed. Now I've got two dynamics in one window. The edit is here, and what's cool about this is I could go through here and go If the AI doesn't get it right, I can change it, right? So in other words, instead, comma, Command Z, mess up. I'm going to delete that period, and I'm just going to make that a comma, right? That's right. Yeah, Julie, there's going to be things that it's going to get wrong every time. It knows the word Jimbo, but for some of your names, it's never going to get it right. It probably gets Jill right. Probably gets Karen right. Donna, not a problem. Xtina, it might have a problem. Might have a problem getting your name right? Because it's not used to that. It also, this program, by the way, has multiple languages. Like, I haven't gone through all of the languages because I really only speak English and sometimes barely that. So I've not gone through all of it, but if you Spanish or Italian or French or something like that, it's definitely got that taken care of. Watch what happens when I hit the style button, CC. You're paying attention, yes? You're going to make those videos about astrological signs. The blue line around this box indicates that's the style that's being used, right? Petra's into it. I like it. If I scroll down here, these are the other styles. So literally with one click, it changes. One click, it changes. And you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But what about a different color background? Okay, but wait, there's more. Edit. Now we've got literally all kinds of customizable things in here, right? Change the color of the font, right? We could change the font. We can change the number of lines that are going to pop up. We can change if it's going to have a text outline or not, right? All of these kinds of things. So my Veed users in the house, all of this kind of stuff is going to be somewhat familiar. That's right, Dr. Karen. So even if I go here, we notice that the background is white. If I wanted to change it to pink or yellow, right? Anything is possible with the customization, right? Sharon from South Africa trying to get her head around this. Mind blown. Yes, you are ready. Yes. So it's got all of these kinds of things, all kinds of different kinds of stuff, right? I don't want you to get too, I love the highlight, right? So when you play, right? I don't know what happened to my sound there, Carson. You guys don't hear me, right? Okay, no worries. They're looking into it.
Is your volume up on your computer?
Yeah. But you guys hear me, yes? Okay, great. So all of this is customizable, right? So I'm just going to go back to a white because that yellow doesn't pop enough. We want something that's easy to read, right? All of that's customizable. The other thing that I love about Veed is we can go into this text down here on the side, right? This is where I could put a title on the screen. So when we saw yesterday, Dr. Jill had a title on the screen that says, Dr. Jill, something about, cancer or whatever. Literally with one click, it puts it right in the middle of the screen, right? I can move that around, right? I can literally type in here, Jimbo teaches video tip, right? Now, obviously, this isn't a great style. I can drag it so that it's just one line. Everything is customizable, right? The colors, all that kind of stuff. If I go down here, I go back to text. If I go down here, Veed has built-in lower third titles, right? So again, when I say, let me get rid of that. How do I get rid of that? There we go. When I say, my name is Jimbo Marshall, I'm Jimbo Marshall, I probably want my name to appear, right? So I can click with one click. No, I'm not Eric Grant. You see the way it's got layers. again, if you are working in Canva, you're familiar with some of these kinds of things because the top layer is always going to take precedent. If you're sitting here watching me and going, my layer is going to sleep right now because you're boring me, I want to encourage you. Hang on. I know the key to your success is visibility. And I also know if you're just starting your business, I said this on Friday, there are 3 things that are under your control. Your visibility, your ability to create video, which is going to bring you in leads, your ability to make an offer and sell something, that's under your control. And under your control is a CRM management, right? It may be tricky, it may be challenging, but if you are not over 6 figures, I am begging you to take control of those 3 things so you're never held hostage by a vendor, right? And if you're with me in Visible for the next year, this is what we're going to be working in, right? And if you have a VA, a team member, a partner, they're going to be able to come to these workshops and learn how to do this with you and for you. So check it out. I literally go here. Here's my name. Type in Jimbo. Type in Marshall. And because I'm on, I don't see my screen. Oh, yeah. Okay. Is there any way, Carson, that maybe I could get my screen big up here? Is that possible so that I'm not having to... Does that make sense? Okay, great. It's harder when I'm only working on one laptop screen, right? Oh, the whole world of difference. Okay, great. So I'm going to go here, right? I'm not the product manager. I'm just the video guy. Highlight video guy, right? And again, all of this, I can change the colors. You notice the way Marshall, do you notice the way it only took up Jimbo Marshall right there? Watch this, Command Z. I'm going to click, hold, and drag. Now I'm going to take the whole box up here. Now I'm going to take the Jimbo Marshall box, because you notice the way it put the L on the second line. I'm just going to drag it out, right? And now I'm going to get rid of this title at the beginning, just deleting it. Now when I go to play it, guess we're still not audio, huh? Huh. It's always weird when something works and then it just doesn't work. What do you think I did wrong?
Would you just go to your sound settings for a second?
Yeah, 1 second, guys. Oh, yeah. Oh, let me escape.
Check sound right on the side, on the left. Down, there. Right there.
Yeah.
And external headphones is right. That's how.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
All right, go back to it.
Maybe it's just the old unplug and plug back
We're
in.
about to find out, aren't we?
No?
That's not right.
Sorry, guys. Here's what I've got for you. Carson, in the meantime, on the dashboard, you're going to see like Jimbo Raw Video. Would you mind activating that? So what I've done for you guys is on the dashboard, it's going to be there in a couple minutes, is literally the video we just edited. Yes, Justin, you can adjust all of it. Check this out. If I just click on this, Justin, done. And it does it for all of them, right? It's like it knows, right? It's very cool. It's very cool. Yeah. Yeah. Now what I have experienced, yeah.
I get it. I'm Jimbo.
There it goes. Hey, when in doubt, restart your machine, refresh your browser, unplug, plug back in. It's the same old solution. Yeah, Celeste. So Justin was asking, are these captions movable in regards to the time where they are on the screen, and they are, right?
Yours. And I want to give you
So with one click and a drag,
one tip that will make video a lot easier for you.
the beautiful thing
here's my
here,
tip. Instead,
now check this out. Look at this, little advanced tip. You see how I've got this blank space where I've got no captions on the screen, and I get a little crazy about details for editing. I think the devil is definitely in the details when the editing. This is a situation where you would want to go plus, plus, plus. Nothing's changing, but what it's going to allow me to do is to easier grab hold of this and drag it, and now that instead holds on, right? We'll play it back.
my tip. Instead, so
Oh, I messed up. Beautiful. Beautiful. Check this out. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I have not done this way. Interesting. Let's see. All right, there's two ways I wanted to show you how to edit. So now I'm going to show you the more complicated way rather than the paper edits, because you need to learn both, right? Can everybody agree that at some points shortcuts are cool, but we want to learn the old-fashioned way as well? Oh, I could go back into edit with the script and literally redo that edit, because essentially here's what's happening, guys.
So here's my tip. Instead, so here's my tip.
So I've got to get rid of this. So here's my tip, right? Everybody's with me, right? Marsha's loving this shit. I can tell. Check this out. This is, if you've been to one of my video content creation labs, I basically sell it as, if you can click and drag, I can show you how to edit. I mean, this was one of the event promises, right, Sarah? You're still here. I love it. So watch this. I'm clicking, I'm holding, I'm dragging. Now when I play this,
So here's my tip.
right? I've gotten rid of that bad footage. I highlight the space. I literally hit delete, and the edit is now taken care of.
Here for you. So here's my tip.
Now, easy peasy. Now, out comes Crazy Bo. We see Angel Bo with that face right there. Hey, the little angel. Oh. That's what I was saying last night, and I was trying, yeah, it's all saved dynamically. It's in the cloud. It's just saving as you go. It's brilliant. This is where the details are. And remember how I was saying remember how yesterday I was saying it's important that our eyes are keeping matched up? This is the example of how my eyes are keeping matched up in between those paragraphs so that no one notices the edits. Now, Kamala knows me because she's been in this class of mine. I get a little crazy, so I am plussing. I am plussing because here's what I see. A little bit too long of a pause in between the end of one paragraph and the beginning of another. Is this tragic? No. But the devil is in the details, because remember what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make it pop. If we can make a video in a minute rather than a minute 10, let's do that. The shorter we can make our videos, always better, right? I find myself saying this all the time. You're scrolling on Facebook or whatnot, and you come across a video and you can see how long it is, and it says 2 minutes and 37 seconds, and you're like, not today. I don't have that kind of time. Might as well be War and Peace. It's 2 minutes and 37 seconds and it was too long for you. I mean, come on. So we're always trying to make it shorter. Always. So watch. This was the hard way to edit. Click, hold, and drag. Click here in the middle. Delete. Play back our edits.
A lot easier for you. So here's my tip.
It tightens it up by like half a second which makes it better. It makes it better, right? Now, here's what I love about Veed. I'm minusing. Oh, what if I accidentally delete, Mary? I don't know. Maybe Command Z, maybe a little undo action up here at the top. Yeah, because Veed thought of that. Veed thought of that, Mary Wallace. It had you in mind, right? All right. Now, another cool feature that I love about Veed. Oh, here's the beginning. Look at this. I love starting right on the talking.
Ever go to hit?
Oh, that is starting right on the talking. It's because I'm zoomed all the way in. I saw this little bitty space and I thought, ooh, that's too much, but it's fine. Now check this out. I'm going to go to audio. I know, me too, Monica. In film school, we cut film and taped it back together, or we did tape-to-tape reel editing. I'm going to go to audio and all of these things over here. So when we watch like some of Melanie's videos, she'll go in here and record some voiceover stuff because you can do live voiceover taping just like this, pressing that button. But we're going to go into music. Veed has all this music. I'm going to hit more. It has sound effects, has all the things. All of these categories. Let me see if I can shrink my screen a little bit so we can see that. Yeah. It's not the best for like, you know, demonstration, but this mouse thing is a game changer. Open up the sails. Here we come. We've got categories of music, right? We've got happy, inspiring, all these kinds of things. What we don't want to do is we always want our music to support, not dominate, right? We are the star of this thing. We are the star of this thing. So generally speaking, you see all this little gray? That's audio waveform. This is audio waveform, right? So how I choose music, I'm looking at the final product of this video around being 43 seconds. So I'm just making sure I'm picking a track that's over 43 seconds. So I'm just gonna hit play. Maybe that's a little bit too playful. We'll go view all. Don't overthink the music, Jimbo. Jimbo, I swear to you, you will spend your life picking music. Jimbo, the music is going to be fine. Just pick it and move on. That's... I'm going to get away from playful. It's too much. I'm saying that to myself because I will get lost in music. I'm seriously like, this one is going to be great. Okay, that'll be great. So once I find a track, I'm going to hit plus. When I do that, it's going to drop it down here. So now you see it's built on layers. The music is the bottom track. The music is the bottom track. Now, Veed naturally is watch what happens to my dynamic window, by the way, when I highlight the music track again. Watch. Click. This is where the volume of the music lives. It's currently coming in at 10%. Most of the time, 99% of the time, yes it is, Laura, it comes with it. It's royalty-free music, it's ready to go. Most of the time when that music comes in at 10%, it's gonna be too loud.
Record when you're making that video and you just freeze up. I get it. I'm Jimbo Marshall, and I've worked with over 3,000.
So what I'm doing here is I'm playing the music track back, and if I'm thinking that I hear the music, it's too loud. I want the music to be just subtle in the background to be supportive. So I'm going to go to 3 or 4%. I'm going to go to 4 here. I just hit a return. Oh my God, Monica, same. I was so into Final Cut Pro.
Freeze up. I get it. I'm Jimbo Marshall, and I've worked with over 3,000 online entrepreneurs.
So now what you have to do, guys, at home, almost kind of lean in so that you can focus on the music. Just lean in.
And I want to give you one tip that will make video a lot easier for you. So here's my tip. I want you to think of one.
Right? So the idea here is we just want the music to support a little bit, right? It's not the star, okay? Minus. Oh, goodness, I just deleted everything. Undo. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay. I saw the end of it. Redo. Watch my 10%. Go back to 3. Redo. Or 4%. Here's what happened, guys. Or here's what's going to happen. The video ends and the music track would still go. So if I finished this video right now and I went to done up here at the top, the actual length of the video would be 3 minutes and 21 seconds, but in reality, it would be a lot of green screen. And you might be thinking, well, that's a weird color. Yeah, I probably changed it. You can change this color, right? So whatever your brand color is, you could literally, you could type in the hex code, right? So if it's blue, it doesn't matter what it is, right? So what I now need to do, yeah, on yours is black, Jill, but if you click on this afterwards, you'll see this little thing pop up and you can change it to whatever color. Black is the default color, Jill, all right? But you'll notice when you play around that, because I know you're getting pretty good about this. So check this out. I'm just going to click, hold, and drag. I'm literally just zooming out, right, guys? Remember, nothing's changed except my perspective. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag, bring it back over here. And now what I want to do, I'm going to now zoom in, because here's another really cool feature of Veed. I could go into my text and put my call to action. Type in my call to action, like and subscribe, right? But what I really love about Veed is I go down here to elements. And it's got all these little cool fun things, progress bars, right? As you're playing a video, the progress bar is going across, sound waves, emojis, shapes. I love this animated stickers. If I go into shapes and I just type in like, subscribe, it's got all of these options. With one click, it's going to throw that little fella down here at the end. And you're like, I don't see it. Well, it's because it animates in, right? It pops in, right? So what I always like to do is I always like to click on this and bring it down, because what I want to happen here is I want it to be right up against the ending of that video. So as soon as that video ends, right, Celeste, you get it. I'm getting that like and subscribe. And I think that's probably a little bit too small. So I'm just going to increase the size a little bit, and I can drag, and it's got everything like, Canva has with those, I don't know what those bars are called, where tracking bars. I remember when that software first came into effect in the early 2000s, it was like, what? This is a game changer. So now when the video ends.
For more game-changing tips like this, hit like and subscribe.
Oh, it cut me off. Like and sub. I might be screwed. Not really, just kidding. Watch, plus, because everything I deleted on the film strip is actually still there. Click, hold, and drag. I can tell when I stop talking because look when my audio goes away, right? So I'm going to take this space and I'm going to delete it, play it again.
This, hit like and subscribe.
Ta-da! Now, a little pro tip. This is what I love to do. When I stop talking, watch what I'm going to do. Highlight my audio track. I'm going to choose S for splitting. S for splitting. Now my audio track is in 2 clips. I'm going to take the second clip, and instead of 4%, I'm going to take it at, let's just say 15. Now what's cool about this is a subtle little pro tip. We'll watch it back. When I'm done talking, that music pops up, right?
For more game-changing tips like this, hit like and subscribe.
Ta-da, right? So super cool. Now the only problem is my thing still goes further than the music, so I'm just gonna make sure those two line up. That's my goal. Oh my God, I'm losing Glenn. I knew it. Let's go, Glenn. Wake up. I know, buddy. I know. We've hit the afternoon lull. I get it. I'm starving. I don't even know what time it is. Oh, it's 2:30. Criminy, where did it go? Okay. All right, let's just say we're done, right? Because I think we're all about ready for a break. I'm gonna hit done. I wanna make sure my burn subtitles is selected. So what's gonna happen here, guys, is it's gonna go to a screen where it's essentially rendering the video. Rendering is just a fancy word in the film world for like putting it all together. It's mixing all of that music, it's mixing all of the subtitles, and essentially it is now done, right? So I can literally play it
Ever
here.
go to hit record when you're making that video and you
And
just
that's my
freeze
video.
up? I get it. I'm Jimbo Marshall, and I've worked with over
I'm gonna hit pause. Another cool little feature, if I wanted to take this bad boy to Facebook right now, I literally, one click, because my Facebook is hooked up, I'm ready to post, right? Now what I want everybody to do is to make sure and click the download button, because that's what I want for you, is to download these videos first, okay? Download these videos first, right? MP4. MP3 would literally just be music, or this audio track, okay? That's essentially it. Now let me show you a super cool trick, and then I'm gonna send you to break. Watch this. I go down here to settings. Now I am gonna have to adjust some things. I shot this in widescreen, right? The 16:9, we talked about this last night. I go to settings. With one click of a button, I can go into a 1:1 and it's changed, right? So essentially, I can take, I know, Monica, this would take hours in the olden days, right? Literally, we would have to walk uphill both ways in the snow, barefooted. It was so hard. But now what I will have to do, guys,
Ever go to hit
is I have to look and make sure my titles are adjusted right, because this stuff might be a little bit out of whack. So I would highlight all this, move it around, right? Same thing if I wanted to take this, go back to settings, and I wanted to go to, you know, TikTok or whatever, right? 9:16, right? So all of that stuff is built in here. I'll just go back to the, whoa. Let me just go Command Z. That'll work right there. So you can come back to me now if you want, Carson. If you want, just whenever. Up to you. Oh, let me show you one thing, because Julie asked about B-roll. We're going to talk about that after the break. Well, after the break, I have a special guest surprise for you guys. Check this out, Julie. If I go to video here, I can either, this would be for you, you've got B-roll shots of the shop. You're literally going to upload them. Dr. Karen, we're going to watch a video from her. I believe I have that on later for the day. Dr. Karen can literally go in here and just search for whatever, right? Happy baby, right? There's a happy baby, you little thing that's tricking me until you grow up. With one click, it's going to put it onto my film strip, right? So it's uploading it, right? It's doing that thing. So now,
I want you to think.
right?
So here's my tip. I want you to
Ta-da!
think of one.
Now that makes no contextual sense, but Melanie Alpert really utilizes this feature a lot. Like in the beginning when she was learning this, we were like uploading her pictures of food, etc. Now, here's what I would do. Or here's how I would use this, or here's how I do use this. Because I'm a Canva user and a Veed user, Canva has so much stock imagery and videos if you pay for Canva, which I highly recommend it. It's like $120 a year. It's so money. Like all of my presentations, aside from being with you guys during the weekend, but all of my presentations I do in Canva. Like when I'm giving my, look at all these tabs. This is just the beginning. But like in Canva, like when I do my video content creation lab, I'm literally going off Canva, right? I'm building the whole slide deck in Canva. So that's just a little glimpse into there. Oh boy, where did I go? There we go. So yes to B-roll, yes to super easy B-roll, Julie. Like it's, you want, for you want to think about, what shots are going to be relevant. And the great news is for, somebody like you, Julie, and like, Juliana, my artist, and you can kind of insert if this is applicable. You're going to shoot a bunch of shots, Julie, from what I would want from you. I'll give you a quick lesson, then I'm dying for a bite to eat. Yeah, Julie, here's what I would want from you. You've got some kind of a smartphone, yes? Okay, great. You're going to take that and you're going to get individual shots of the cigars, the drinks. And the general rule of thumb, this would apply for anybody, for the B-roll shots, you want to count to 10 seconds for each shot. That's too long. But the reality is, Melanie, I bet you've been in the situation where you brought back some footage and you're like, oh, I wish I had a few more seconds, right? So we're trying to like not have that happen. And so for you, Julie, it's going to be 1,001, and you count to 10. And the way I want you to do this, and I'll talk about orientation in a minute, Laura, because it's a little bit of a loaded question. I teach this technique, and I call it the drunken cameraman, okay? I've always been making shit up. And the drunken cameraman goes like this. And you will have noticed this if you look at my video that we looked at first, where I'm in the hoodie. The drunken cameraman is kind of this idea where you're not trying to hold the camera still, because if you try to hold it still, you will inevitably get a little bit of a shake. So instead, I want you to imagine yourself, this is not any kind of an advertisement to go get buzzed, okay? I happen to have been at 1 or maybe 17 parties for too long, and I'm standing in the corner, and I got a little bit of a sway going like, it's time that I should go, right? So the idea is that you've got just a little bit of sway, right? A little bit of sway with your camera shot. And not only will it prevent you from having some kind of messed up shots, Julie, Melanie, it will in fact make for more dynamic and better B-roll because it's got a little bit of movement in there. It's got a little bit of movement in there. And Cece, yes, I love a gimbal, but I'm going to try to get to that later, but a little bit too much complication because you add a little bit of things. This way or this way? This way or this way? You're talking to an old school film guy. So for me, vertical video is terrible. Terrible. Hey guys, could we make sure that the speaker room is open? Great. Told you guys I have a guest speaker coming up. Old school film guy, maybe Monica feels the same way too. It was like, it's always horizontal. Like, it's always horizontal. Like vertical video, no. Unfortunately, you can't fight what's happened. So vertical video is here to stay. So how I want you to think about it, and this does add a little bit of complication. So Melanie and Julie, when you're doing your shoots, and the good thing for you, Melanie, and Julie, is you can go out and shoot a lot of stuff and get you a catalog of B-roll that you're not going to use all at once, but you have it for here and there. And what I would want for you guys is you're going to film it. Yeah, that's it, Monica. You just film it both ways. Film it both ways. It kind of doubles up on the shots, But what you're trying to think of is, okay, I've got a video that's going to go to YouTube. I've got a video that's going to go to Instagram or something, right? Now, if you're one of my coaches, you help women break on through to the other side, whatever you do. Don't try to just go, I've got to have B-roll. You don't. You really don't. Dr. Karen, great use of B-roll. If she's talking about making babies, we show a cute baby. That's not going to hurt anybody, right? But if you empower women to do something or you work with mindset, I don't want you to get in there and start automatically just adding stock footage, because we know what stock footage looks like. And for my tastes, I don't want you to do that because it makes the viewer notice the edit. And because we are all kind of educated on stock B-roll, and we see stock B-roll, it's like it breaks Petra, it takes us out of the scene. Yeah, they have all kinds of B-roll, Celeste, like all kinds. I made a video a long time ago where I was explaining B-roll, and I just went to town on it because I was using stock footage, but I was being intentional about that. Like I was on purpose calling it out, right? That's right, Melanie. All right, let's take a break. I appreciate you hanging with me. If you still need to talk to me, I need you to give me about 5 minutes, and then you can go back to that button on your dashboard, talk to Jimbo, and we'll talk. So we're going to take a 30-minute break, 45-minute break.
Because your welcome celebration.
We're going to take a 45-minute break. Oh, it's the welcome celebration. I don't even know what time of day it is. Okay, great. Okay, so 1 second.
In 15 minutes.
Now I get it. We're going to start the welcome celebration for those of you that are stepping forward and going to become visible with me for the next year. And it's not too late to do that. You know where to click. I don't have to hound you for that. If you want to talk to me, I need 5 minutes, and there's that button that says talk to Jimbo. And I'm going to be in there for 10 minutes. And then I can come back, but I'm going to need to be tight with that 10 minutes so I can get to the welcome celebration, okay? If you're not worried about anything, right? If you're not stepping forward, just take 45 minutes as a break. And we're going to get a 45-minute countdown on the timer, all right? The welcome celebration is in about 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Oh, 1 second. Dr. Patrice, if you want to ask a question, I got to answer it because you are quiet as a church mouse up there. All right. What's your question? 1 second. Let's get you unmuted. P. May is what it says. I changed it earlier. I thought, or maybe that was earlier. Marie, I wish we knew what time I was ending. Yeah, it's P. May.
Okay, there I am. So my question is, can we upload 2 videos and kind of splice them
Yeah.
to make one?
Yeah. Yeah, you can upload as many videos. Like if a good example is you could upload, 10 B-roll shots, right? And use all those shots. You can definitely
But can
do
you
that.
splice it into the main one rather
Absolutely.
than? Oh,
Absolutely.
okay.
Yep, easy
Perfect.
peasy.
Thanks.
You bet. Yeah, so Celeste, great. You're going to be joining. We'll get you in to the welcome celebration. That's going to happen in about 15 minutes. And then just give me 5 minutes to take a quick break, and then I'll be in that room, talk to Jimbo about the program or ask questions, whatever it says. And Otherwise, thank you guys. I hope you're getting into this editing stuff. It's awesome and super cool. And I'll see you back here for everybody in 45 minutes. Thank you guys.